Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Tanker Tuesday with Dan from Digital.Flash.Fire. Here we have the VK3601H. This is the German Tier 6 Heavy. It's the baby Tiger. The hull is very similar to the Tigers. The turret is kind of a goofy baby Tiger turret. Basically, this is what the Tiger would look like if it was a Tier 7 tank. Or Tier 6 tank, sorry. So what you see here is pretty much what you get with this thing. It is not a ridiculously overpowered tank. It has a very good gun. It's got the short 88, 8.8 centimeter, quick 36, length 56. This was one of those guns that really dominated early parts of World War II. It's got a decent rate of fire. I've got it up to 6 seconds between shots. 132 penetration could be a lot better, but it gets the job done. 220 damage, it does get the job done. 0.38 dispersion, so a fair bit of accuracy. 2.3 aiming time, which is just really good. And the sight doesn't bloom a ton. This tank just isn't fast enough to, drive the sight wild. Hull armor 160-60. It's not a well armored tank. You'll notice there's this mid plate that's decently angled, but this is not angled and has two huge weak spots. The lower plate may as well be made of tissue paper. The turret is pretty well protected. You'll notice the gun mantlet extends the width of the turret. That is a weak spot on the top of it, and it's pretty big. And from the side, you're just a slab of penetration, and same on the back. Speed, it can do 50. It's probably not going to with that engine, but it can. It's not a hugely heavy tank. It's at 42 tons, it's not a beast. I've gotten it up to 50, but I wouldn't count on it. It does have good view range. One of the things about German tanks, they model the Zeiss optics in game. They can see anything they can hit. You'll see my loadout. I'm all AP and a little bit of gold. Crew is still training up, and of course I've got my gun rammer. It's a good tank. I'm not going to keep it. As soon as I get the Tiger, I'm going to sell this bad boy. Unlike, the ARL. Tech tree-wise, it is right here, the German Tier 6 Heavy. I actually came through the Panzer IV line to get here. I thought I wanted the Tiger P, but I decided to do it this line because I wanted the E75 and the E100 if I stick with this long enough. Leading up to here, there are a lot of ways to get to this tank. You can start with the German Tier 4 Heavy, the Tier 5 Heavy, and then into this one. You can take the Panzer IV tree, which leads to the VK3001P, and then the Tiger P, and then down to this tank. Or you can take the Panzer IV line directly in, which is what I'm doing. Okay, let's see what this baby can do. Welcome to What Else? The Siegfried Line. This is probably my best map. It's not really my favorite. I don't feel like I'm particularly brilliant at it. I just like the kind of weaving in and out of the city, having wide open fire lanes, having the ability to kind of work back and forth. It is a really well designed map, I will say that. This is a good one. Always be careful when using your dead friends for cover. And let's put this gun to work. Nice big hit into the Cromwell B. Trying to figure out a way to shoot them where they can't shoot me. 2 shots, 2 hits. And they're kind of paying attention to me now. And bounce off the Churchill. Churchill's kind of a pain in the neck to shoot. And their artillery's shooting at me. Time to move. Now, one thing I like about this tank, the turret is pretty far forward. You know, when your turret's that far forward, you don't have to worry too much about exposing yourself. I guess it is mostly in the center, but it doesn't feel like I'm driving a long way out before I can get the shot off. Let's look for a shot. Hold down T29. That's a tough shot. Try to go for the commander's hatch, but there was no chance. But with a 6-second reload, you take chances. Hey, a charging T43. And he's stuck. And I missed. Ugh. And that just robbed me of a kill. That was a way to not pay attention. And I don't want to charge into that T29 again, because his average damage roll is enough to kill me. So what do? I drive up into him. And bounce. I don't know why I hung around on that. That was really stupid. I was very lucky not to get shot. Or not to get killed. ARL's in about the same boat I am, going, hey, after you. I'm like, no, after you. We definitely need help. They've got 2 tier 7s, we've got 2 tier 6s. Even with a lot of firepower on these tanks, the ARL and the VK both have fantastic firepower. And they just got a KV2. Speaking of tier 6s with firepower. I don't want to go too far out, because the Chafee and the Cromwell haven't been seen. The artillery's still out there. Okay, yeah, let's be careful. I'm just going to let them come around. The Comet comes up. He's a tier 7, but he is a medium tank. Pretty beefy one, though. He's a good tank. And people are getting in there and messing with people. Nope, Chafee. Light tank. This guy eats light tanks for breakfast. That even the short 88 has great muzzle velocity. Is very good for whacking light tanks like that. And now that was a little below average damage roll. If I can get an average one, I can get a kill. 1130 damage in a tier 7 match. That's my first kill. KV2 is sitting on low health. Maybe someone else will put a shot into him. And oh, he's around the corner. Let's keep going. 7 hit points, folks. I am I'm not even a ram away. I'm a gentle grazing away from dying. I think that's what I really like about this map. There's lots of places to hide. There's lots of places to hang out for a minute. And it's very binary. You're in cover, you're not in cover. Now we're finishing them off. And now it's just putting down the cripples. No one wants to be the first to go after the T-29, though. That thing can... You know, there's nothing weak about that tank. And I'm not going to get there. Alright, I'm not going to make you watch the whole gruesome finish. A really just a solid keep the gun working game. 1100 damage, team, you know, right in the middle for the team. But when you're not top tier, anytime you can contribute like that, you're pretty happy. Made 17,000 credits, got over 1,000 experience, doubled because it was my first win of the day. Just a good fun game. Just watching the lights scamper around and kill artillery. Alright, let's watch one that's a little more exciting. Okay, folks, let's pick 5 maps I really, really suck on. This isn't number 1, but the swamp is up there. I never really know where to go. I just know you don't want to cross the river because nothing good happens on the enemy side of the river. If you look at the features of the map, you'll see there's a bridge, there's a swamp, as you might have guessed. There's a little village, It isn't a perfect mirror, but it is a really good, really well-balanced map. I just cannot get the hang of this. Until now. You'll notice that the 2 teams range from mediocre to awful. Our team has a little bit more mediocre and also a little bit more awful. including the KV-2. You'll also notice the Stug down there. You'll be seeing him later. Not that one, obviously. He's done. So my first shot with the short 88. Well, you used to have a turret. 350 damage and 1 for his soul. And I'm taking fire from behind. And I'm taking fire from the front. Look at that reload speed. Shot on the move. Not something you see a lot from German vehicles. They tend to be bouncy. There's his turret. Knocked way the hell out there. Artillery is aiming at me because I got 2 kills in 30 seconds. KV-85. He wants to come and play games. I'll play your game, T-85. Or KV-85, sorry. Shot in the back. There's another one, and look at how much health. He's lost half his health, and he hasn't fired a shot. And his tracks eat it. Son of a bitch. My gunner's injured. He's dead. 3 kills. Coincidentally, my team has 4 kills. I've got a little support from that Easy 8 back there. And their artillery's watching me. They know. They know they have to get me. And I know there's tanks around here. Because they've been shooting at me. Hetcher's got a Hetz. You gotta respect him. I could have stayed back and shot him, but I didn't really want to get in a duel with him. I didn't want the artillery to shoot me. I probably threw away too many hit points. I should have slowed down and made sure one of these shots killed him. So I didn't eat that. Finish him off. And here comes the artillery. And I keep trying to move it. I keep trying to get away and not get smashed because I know they're gunning for me. I'm on 4 kills and 1,400 damage. Hey, there's one of the scumbags now. Back to the garage, scumbag, and I'm immobilized. I fixed my tracks, but it's too late. And that's what this tank can do. I mean, that was, we're barely 3.5 minutes into the game. That was what this tank can do. It just does so much damage so fast, especially as top tier. It's a bully. 5 kills, almost got Top Gun. 1 more kill would have been Top Gun, which would have been so sweet. But yeah, that's what this tank can do. It's the mini Tiger for a reason. You get the gun in action, and it will bring the pain. All right, folks, thanks for watching. This is Dan for Digital.Flash.Fire. You guys have a great week.